Big game out here. Yeah, I keep making these videos, I don't know why. You lot keep watching them. So today's one, we're going to be talking about why I have sold / selling my retro games. Yes, there is reasons behind it. Number one, retro collecting is really expensive right now. So buying new games is quite expensive, but selling them is actually making me a lot of money. So yeah, that is one of the main reasons. But there was a second reason. During lockdown, I was looking around, talking to people like Dylan, and found out about these things called everdrives. So what is an everdrive, you may ask? An everdrive is a cartridge that goes into your console and has a full library of games on it. Not just PAL region. I have a lot of Japanese games. Well, I'd say a lot. I've got all the Japanese games and all the American releases, as well as a load of homebrews on this little cartridge here. All because, there it is, if I can open it, SD cards in there. So you load all your games onto an SD card and then you put it into your system, and voila, every single game in the world released on the Mega Drive is right there. And not only that, this has also got Master System on it as well. I believe there's also 32X and Mega CD games, but I think you need the actual consoles to play them. I'm sure someone will correct that in the comments. But yeah, so I bought myself the everdrive. Now these things wasn't cheap, and I have to thank Dylan for a lot of them because he loaded the games on them. But I managed to pick this one up from Pete Armour. He done me a great deal on this. So yeah, this was the Mega Drive one. This has done me very well. A lot of my Mega Drive Monday videos were filmed using this cartridge. Yeah, after the second round. The first round were done with the original carts, but then when I got this, yeah, this is where most of them were filmed. But why have thousands of pounds sitting on the shelf when you can just have this in your system? One flick, bang, it's on every game. So the second one I picked up was from Eddie. He'd found an upgraded one, so he was selling off his original one for the PC Engine. So again, this is fantastic. I've got my PC Engine set up. It goes in there. I've got all the systems RGB modded, so they've got better output now. They look so much better once I get a retro TV set up in here, that is. Because at the moment I've got no retro TV set up because this beast of a TV behind me is taking up all the room and my B&O died. So I want to look out for a new B&O and somewhere to put it in this room. I do have retro TVs, but I've got nowhere to put it at the moment, so until I've tidied it up a bit, I have to just make do without having playing retro games. Except from one way, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But yeah, the PC Engine everdrive. Then, I think it was during lockdown, I ordered 3 everdrives direct from the company. And these are the 3 that Dylan sorted out for me very kindly. So, first of all, we got the NES. So again, full library on here, a load of homebrews, absolutely fantastic to own. We've got the SNES. Now these carts, so this one's the X5, these are probably cheaper ones. There are better ones out there, but I just went for these ones and they do the job just as good. They might be a quarter of a second delay compared to an X7. But an X5 is good enough for me. I say it just goes in the console and bam. And the last everdrive I got was for the N64. Now, I do like playing the N64. The graphics on it ain't as good as they used to be when I was younger. But yeah, just to have every N64 game there, and you can go and play some of the American exclusives because they got so many more N64 games than us. It's just fantastic. So that is my EverDrive collection, but it doesn't stop there while I've done it. I've also had some consoles done. So thanks to Retro Repair Bear, I'll get that right one day. I haven't got a leaflet. I'll have to get a leaflet off of someone. But that's one there. No, that is one of Hidden Chest Gaming. That ain't no good. But yeah, although technically one of the consoles did come from Hidden Chest Gaming, what was done by Claire, and that was a Coinops Xbox. I would dig it out. It's just down there. I've got the Coinops Xbox with all the arcade games loaded on it. And I've also got the Xbox stick, the arcade stick. So that is absolutely fantastic. I hooked that up. I've got a I bought an adapter so it goes to HDMI and goes to the TV. Looks absolutely fantastic now because when I originally done it, the colour in it didn't look very good. But now I've bought the actual thing and the colour's good now, so Eddie can't complain about it. He said my colour was off last time when I took a picture of it working. So yeah, that's done. She's also working on my GameCube at the moment. After we've had a bit of a trouble with the SD cards. But so at the moment she's got my GameCube and the 1TB SD card, and she's sorting out getting that a full library on that. Probably minus a few American or Japanese games. But yeah, still fantastic full library. So that'll be good. I've also bought an arcade stick for that off of Dana. So I'll have an arcade stick ready to play for the GameCube as well. Now, my next 3 projects. Obviously I'd like a Game Boy one. Well, technically I think they do Game Boy, Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, 3 separate ones. So they'd be good to get. Just so I can hook it up to the Game Boy player on the GameCube and bam. Every Game Boy game ever released on there as well. So yeah, them 3, they're going to be quite expensive to get, but I'm slowly getting them. That'll be nice. The next thing I want to get done is my Dreamcast sorted. I want to get that gutted out and the SD card put into that with a full library. So again, that's going to be something that's not going to be cheap. At the moment they're struggling getting parts for it. But that is the future for that. And then that will be all the Dreamcast games ready to play. This is like the easiest emulation setup ever. You get your Kallax unit, you got all your systems in there, flick the switch and bam, there you go, play them all. No hunting through, figuring out what games you want to play. All of that's gone now. And then the last one I want to get done is the Saturn. The Sega Saturn. I've got to figure out how to do that. I believe there is something you can put in the back of it, kind of like a EverDrive, but I need to figure out how to do it because there's a lot of Japanese shooters that I want to play. And then I need to get an arcade stick for that to play the Japanese shooters on it, so that'll be all nice and set up. But yeah, it's slowly ticking along. I'm not in a rush to get these things. If I get them in the next 5 years, I'll be happy. They'll all be there, ready to play. And yeah, that'll be nice. Just that is the sole reason why I've been selling off my games, because I've got all these games sitting there. I've sold a few of them off, which are paid for these, and then the rest of it is just going into my bank, ready to buy me house. And then I could have a proper games room set up with all these games ready to go, with a nice CRTV setup. I'm gonna have 2 setups. I'm gonna have one for the modern stuff with my big TV on it, and then I want to have a retro setup as well. So it will look nice once it's all done. But yeah, these things just take time. But I just wanted to say to you, I just wanted to give you this video basically of why I've been getting rid of a lot of my retro stuff, because I know a lot of you have been wondering why I haven't been picking any up, or why I don't show retro, things like that, just because this is the reason why. You'll see me picking up modern stuff, like a lot of the Xbox One games, Switch games, PS4, things like that. I still get the odd PlayStation 1, 2, 3, Xbox 360 going for the full set on that, 10 games away from that, just because you can't emulate that stuff, so it'll be nice. I've also, well, I say I've also, it's Kaz's, but she's left it here. She's got a Retro Pi, which has got a load of games on it, and you play on that with a PlayStation 2 controller. So yeah, that's all ready to be set up when we get the place. And yeah, it's going to look nice. I won't need as many shelving units around, which means I'll have more space for alcohol. And yeah, it will look nicer, neater, cleaner, single leveled, so you can actually see every game. And yeah, that is the reason why I've been doing this. So if you haven't already got yourself some everdrives, get yourself some. There you go. There's my 5 everdrives. I say I want the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color ones, and then that'll be the end of that. I'll be happy. So that just leaves me now to say thank you for watching. Do let me know down below if you like your retro still, or whether you've gone down the emulation route. Let me know, because it's interesting to hear from you guys. Which one of you are still collecting stuff? What systems you're collecting for? Which ones you've stopped collecting for? And the reasons why you've done it. Why have you stopped collecting for the certain systems? Is it because they're becoming harder to find, more expensive? Or have you just got all the ones that you wanted and you don't want any more for that system and that's it? But yeah, these are the interesting videos I like to watch. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, give it a good thumbs up. Helps these videos get higher up on the old YouTube algorithm. Or whatever you want to call it. I haven't quite figured this out, but yeah, something like that. And yeah, hopefully I haven't annoyed a few of you and you've all unsubbed now because of emulation, because you don't like it. Because I've been there. I was solid collector only, physical games only. If you've got emulation, blah blah, you're dirt, you're this, that, you're that. I've changed. I've realised how easy it is and how cheap it is just to emulate stuff. So yeah, don't get mad at the people emulating. Just be mad at yourself that you haven't figured it out yourself yet. Right, after my little ramble at the end there, just leaves me to say thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.